Brahman University, Hungary, and has served as Vice Chancellor of Sri Sri University, Cuttack, Odisha. Professor Singh has been elected as Conference Secretary for hosting the 74th Annual All India Commerce Conference of Indian Commerce Association. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shikha Makkar, Dr. Deepika Bansalji. I was listening to Professor Simrit's core sessions, which ended around 4 o'clock. So, thank you very much, madam, for sparing your valuable time, for sharing your vast knowledge and insights about the economy of the world through centuries, not now, but not long ago also, now and the future directions which people should consider, the sustainable development and other aspects that you sensitized all the participants was very important and valuable. So thank you very much for being with us in this program and partnering Sri Ram College of Commerce and IILL for this noble cause of training, sensitizing the teachers of University of Delhi and all other universities, all the participants. Good evening to all of you. It is not the last session. There is one more session after this that is known as the valedictory session. So don't miss that. The session would not be, all the sessions would not be over till the valedictory is done. So from inaugural to valedictory is the end-to-end point. These are technical sessions, but inaugural and valedictory are equally important. And you have a very good speaker as the मुख्य वक्ता के तौर पे जो स्पीकर हैं वो बहुत ही, आपको जब सुनेंगे उनको तो पता चलेगा क्यों मैं ऐसा कह रहा हूँ। नहीं, धारा प्रवाह जब वो बोलेंगे तो मंत्रमुग्ध हो जाएंगे आप सब लोग। So my session today is on mind management, which is one of the 5 sheets that we talk about. Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanamaya Kosh, and the Anandamaya Kosh. So one of them, the middle one, is the Manomaya Kosh, which is like mind. So today's session is about that. Let me share the screen with you. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
If there are questions in between, please, you can interject in between and let me know that there are questions, even if they are in the chat box.
Sure, sir.
So, this is the agenda, that is andragogy, context, management, mind, what is mind management, 8 limbs of yoga, 5 A's of happiness. We will also discuss about the mind and water, 3 gunas, 5 koshas, as I mentioned to you just now, spiritually smart goals, types of intelligences, levels of consciousness, and what is our agenda for the future. So is there any question? You want to change some agenda item or something like that? Please let me know. So we move ahead. So this is the andragogy of our ancient times. Pedagogy and andragogy, there is a difference. For adults, we call it andragogy. And pedagogy is not necessarily for adults. So all of you are adults, teachers. You are supposed to teach the students. So Monica, please mute yourself. The host can mute also.
Yes, sir.
Shravan, Manan and Nididhyasan, as we call it.
Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt. You could just put your screen on slideshow.
You are not able to see on the slideshow mode?
No, sir, I'm not able to see. Dr. Deepika, are you able to see it on screen?
No, we cannot see that.
No, sir.
Because I put it on slideshow. Now can you see on the slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Okay. So deep listening. पता नहीं कितने लोग सुन रहे हैं इसमें से, वीडियो तो ऑन है नहीं, आपने इंस्ट्रक्शन तो दी थी वीडियो सबकी ऑन होनी चाहिए। तो डॉक्टर सुरभि की वीडियो में देख सकता हूँ, दीपा गर्ग जी की देख सकता हूँ, डॉक्टर आशुतोष की वीडियो देख सकता हूँ, गौरी आई कैन सी, डॉक्टर सविता रस्तोगी आई कैन सी, मैरी रे आई कैन सी। क्योंकि ये पता कैसे चलेगा सुन रहे हैं कि नहीं सुन रहे हैं जब तक वीडियो ऑन नहीं होगी। वैसे वीडियो ऑन होके भी आदमी मल्टीटास्किंग कर सकता है, लेकिन वीडियो ऑन तो कम से कम इतना तो पता है कि हैं आप यहाँ पे जो है। Some are still not with the video on, although that is the instruction, part of the instruction.
So some messages are flowing in that they are there. Maybe they can't switch on their videos, but they have message, so they are listening.
Acha, they are listening.
Yes.
Okay, I'll move the slide and I'll ask what was in the previous slide. चल नहीं रही है। हाँ. So my question is, write what was there in the previous slide, what were the 3 things, and then I'll ask you what were the 4 things in this slide, 4 pillars of learning as per UNESCO report 1996. That is learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be. As teachers, it is our responsibility not only to impart knowledge to the students, but we must make sure that they are able to practice it, they are able to apply it. Learning for work and life, competencies to deal with unforeseeable situations, alternating study and work, that is learning to do. That is why there is now a Ministry of Skill Development also. Earlier it was not like that. Government of India is putting a lot of focus on developing the skills amongst people so that they are job, and they are having jobs. Employability quotient is being increased. Yes, Monica. Learning to live together is understanding others, respect for human dignity and diversity, learning for responsible and active citizenship. What is happening between Russia and Ukraine right now is the inability to learn to live together. And that is how the world is suffering. Learning to be is about independent judgment, sense of personal responsibility, tapping the buried treasure of hidden talents. So my question is, before we go ahead, how many chats you have seen in the chat box about what was there in the last 2 slides that will prove that whether people are listening or not?
So nothing so far.
So I will stop here. Let people write about andragogy, the 3 things about andragogy, and 4 things about 4 pillars of learning. Otherwise, there is no point moving ahead. Yeah, what are the 3 things of andragogy and 4 pillars of learning? Can people write on this? Dr. Poonam has mentioned Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan, learning to be, learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together. एक ही में आंसर लिखते हैं, बाकी सारे तो कॉपी पेस्ट कर सकते हैं. That is the beauty of this system. That is the beauty. So some people have started responding to that. That means they are writing original things. They are not copying the chats that I have seen. Otherwise, it was very easy to copy, but none has copied the first one. The one who responded the first, Dr. Poonam. So they are writing on their own whatever the memory is, and English and Hindi both. So this is your attendance right now going on. Dr. Om Prakash has written learning to be, learning to know, learning to live together. So that's good. At least some of you have responded. We can go ahead. So now we go to management. Most of you are commerce teachers, I understand. Some of you may not be. So for them, it is management is the art of getting things done through and with people in formally organized group. This is a definition given by Harold Kuntz. Anything up till now you want to ask question about? Management is a process of R to R. That is another way of defining or understanding management, that is resources to results. If there are no results, there is no meaning into it. If you go to the room of the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Delhi, Professor Yogesh Singh, you will find a quote on the wall. I like those people who deliver. So results are very important. That is why nowadays even the CBCS has been converted into LOCF, Learning Outcome Based Curriculum Framework, and UGCF has taken note of that. So it's a mixture of both. So the curriculum of all the programs, if you see, of University of Delhi, they have learning outcomes now. All the programs of University of Delhi are having outcomes. So that is about results. Unless you see the results. So आज का जैसे सेशन है, इस सेशन से क्या आउटकम निकलेगा? ये पूरा शॉर्ट टर्म प्रोग्राम है, इसका आउटकम है कि नहीं है कि लोग पढ़ा सकते हैं अपने स्टूडेंट्स को इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, और कभी कुछ छूट जाए, कुछ भूल जाए, कुछ नहीं आया तो उसके लिए यूट्यूब में अवेलेबल भी है. डॉक्टर चंदन, इफ यू हैव something to say, please unmute yourself and speak. So that is the outcome of this short-term program, that we want people to be trained for teaching. So it's train the trainer program. Dr. Chandan, you can unmute yourself. Everybody is allowed to unmute themselves.
Yes,
बहुत
sir.
बहुत धन्यवाद सर. आपकी व्याख्यान इस 6 दिनों के इस बौद्धिक मंथन में मुझे काफी कुछ ऐसा हम लोगों को लगा कि हम लोग समुद्र मंथन के बाद कुछ ऐसी प्राप्ति कर सकते हैं ताकि हम अपने विद्यार्थियों को प्रेरित कर सकें. लेकिन मन में सर कुछ जिज्ञासाएं हैं, हो सकता है कि आपके व्याख्यान में हो. प्रबंधन का गुण को हम भागवत गीता से क्यों नहीं ले सकते हैं, जिसमें सारे प्रबंधन का गुण जो है विद्वान है, कूट कूट के भरा हुआ है. तो हमें मैकेले की मानसिकता से ऊपर हटकर कुछ ऐसी भारतीय संस्कृति और सभ्यता के साथ चलनी चाहिए, और मुझे लगता है कि स्वदेशी की अवधारणा भी इसमें इंक्लूड होनी चाहिए. तो कुल मिलाकर मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि 5 दिनों का कार्यक्रम सर काफी अच्छा रहा, और मैं आपसे एक जिज्ञासा मेरे मन में है सर कि 91 के बाद देश में जो स्थितियां बदली है सर, वो किस प्रकार से हम अपनी स्वदेशी धारणाओं के आधार पर अपने कुटीर उद्योग को स्थापित कर सकते हैं सर, और भारत को एक नई दिशा दे सकते हैं सर. बस यही छोटा सा जिज्ञासा है, छोटी सी.
नहीं, वो बहुत जरूरी है, नई दिशा देना बहुत जरूरी है. इसीलिए इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, ये जो सिलेबस वगैरह चेंज हुए हैं उसमें ये डाला गया, इसीलिए डाला गया है. और ये जो आपने देखा अभी श्रवण मनन निधि ध्यासन जो है, ये हमारे समय की जो पद्धति थी, भारत की पुरातन जो थी उसके हिसाब से है. वो कोई मैकॉले वाली नहीं है. वो जो है वो तो रोट मेमोरी के हिसाब से जो है क्लर्क प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए एजुकेशन सिस्टम को बनाया गया था यहाँ पे. तो उससे बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा. इसीलिए गुरुकुल प्रणाली जैसे बोलते हैं, वो अभी भी इंडिया में गुरुकुल चल रहे हैं. आपको अगर पता ना हो तो गुरुकुल इंडिया में अभी हैं, और काफी गुरुकुल हैं. और इवन मैं जहाँ अभी थोड़े दिन पहले था श्री यूनिवर्सिटी में एज वाइस चांसलर, वहाँ कैंपस के अंदर भी एक गुरुकुल है. बेंगलोर आश्रम आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग का, वहां पे भी गुरुकुल चल रहा है. और हमें गुरुकुल पद्धति में जैसे पढ़ाया जाता था वैसे ही यहाँ पे अब उस चीज को वापस लेके आना पड़ेगा. इसीलिए नई शिक्षा नीति 2020 जो आई है, और उसी के तहत हम लोग ये सब कर रहे हैं. और दोनों तरफ का, एंशिएंट विजडम भी और मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी भी. एक हम लोगों का प्रोग्राम फरवरी में शुरू होने वाला ILLL के साथ ही है, विच इज अबाउट रोबोटिक प्रोसेस ऑटोमेशन इन बिजनेस. और बीच में फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी भी है, 30 जनवरी से शुरू हो रहा है वो। तो अलग अलग विषयों का जो पुरातन भी है उनका भी ज्ञान होना चाहिए, और जो नई नवीन जो अनुसंधान के ऊपर है उनके हिसाब से भी जो है अन्वेषण जिसमें करना है वो सब भी होना चाहिए। तो सब तरफ से सर्वांगीण विकास तभी होगा जबकि सारी चीजों का टीचर्स और स्टूडेंट्स अपने अंदर उसको करेंगे, साथ करेंगे, तभी होगा वो। आई डोंट नो कितना आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर आपको मिला।
निश्चित तौर पर सर, आपने यथार्थ को धरातल दिया सर, आपका बहुत बहुत आभार सर। और मुझे लगता है कि प्रारंभिक सत्र में आपकी व्याख्यान रहती तो हम लोगों को अधिक मार्गदर्शन मिलता सर।
प्रारंभ में हो चाहे अंत में हो, बात तो एक ही है। उसमें कोई गोल, जैसे गोल दिख रहा है ना, गोल में कहाँ प्रारंभ है कहाँ अंत है कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है जो है। तो समय का चक्र भी गोल है, तो उसमें कोई चिंता की बात नहीं है। जब जहाँ पे जो मिला वो उसको ग्रहण कर लेना चाहिए जो। So management tactfully is another way of defining what management is. जैसे संधि विच्छेद बोलते हैं हम लोग, वैसे है ये। And ये planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, these are management functions as we teach when we teach management. So I'm not going to the details of management part of it, considering that it is already part of your course curriculum, those who are commerce teachers. But still, if you have questions, you may ask about that. So these are the 14 principles. I'm not going to read all of them fully in detail. Just you have a list of this, like division of work, parity between authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, like that. These are 14 principles that Henry Fayol has given, which are relevant. This is another thought which you should always remember, that a leader is one who inspires and motivates action. Having a can-do personality and strong leadership skills is the key to leading the change. And then is the motivation part. So leadership, motivation, all these are important dimensions when we talk of mind management. There is another aspect of motivation which is called as intrinsic motivation, and there are 4 components of intrinsic motivation, that is choice, competence, meaningfulness, and progress. So if all 4 of them are there, then we can say the motivation is intrinsic. Then you are actually driving, nobody is forcing you to do work. That is the best state of a person doing a job. And you can be successful, you can be happy also about what you are doing, your performance would be excellent. You will seek support, you will provide support freely, there would not be any inhibitions. The ideas, the goals, attitude should be positive. These are general aspects of motivation. Now, coming to the mind management part of it. So this is a quote which says that replace every negative thought with a positive one. Can you do that all the time in your life or not? Is a question which I am asking you. Is it easy to do? Is it simple? Yes. Sushma Khurana has mentioned yes. We must do it all the time or not? Dr. Simran Kaur has also mentioned yes. Yes, it can be done, but not easy. Sometimes it is. Yeah.
But very difficult. It should be done, but very difficult to do.
So Dr. Sulbi is saying not always possible, but mostly yes. Alpna is saying it is very difficult.
I would say that when a situation which demands your ability to be checked, in that situation, I think thinking in both perspective, that if you have tried for something and you have not achieved that, I think to understand the extremity of the negative part and the positive part will give us much more product idea about where we did wrong and where we did our best. So I think in that way, negative thought also somehow motivates us to understand where we lacked. So it is not necessary to always replace it, because the extremity, when we start understanding it in both ways, that if I have not done properly, in what way I can do better, that in that case I don't think we have to replace those thoughts, because somehow there is nothing but negative. It's like your thoughts do understand your mind, and it is like you understand your own capabilities and abilities and actions better than anybody else. So whatever thought comes, maybe may has some reason, and I think analyzing that reason will not make us understand whether it's positive or negative.
So if you are taking it in a positive manner, you have already done the positive part of it.
Yes, sir.
Those who are thinking that it is very difficult, it is their mind which is saying them that it is difficult. It is their belief system, it is their perception. Nothing
maybe
beyond
the
that.
action we take. Yes, sir. The amount of work or effort we have put on to do something or to achieve something, or to in the work whatever we do in our life, daily life, that we know that whether we're putting that much effort or not. So somehow that gives the mind a signal that yeah, this may not be enough. So that kind of signal.
Outcomes are not in your hands. You can only put in your efforts. गीता में जैसे बता रहे थे ना कि अपने स्क्रिप्चर्स में से आप क्या सीखते हैं, मैनेजमेंट प्रिंसिपल्स, तो कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन जो श्लोका है, तो वो क्या कहता है, आपका अधिकार जो है वो सिर्फ कर्म पे है, उसके फल पे आपका अधिकार नहीं है. तो मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा इज नॉट श्योर. 100 लोग इंटरव्यू देते हैं एक पोस्ट के लिए, एक का सिलेक्शन होता है, 99 का नहीं होता. इसका मतलब थोड़ी है कि आपकी परफॉर्मेंस ठीक नहीं थी वहां पे. जो है परफॉर्मेंस तो बहुत लोगों की हो सकता है अच्छी हो उसमें, लेकिन सिलेक्शन तो एक ही का होगा. 2 टीम खेलती हैं, एक टीम जीतती है, दूसरी हार जाती है. एक को गोल्ड मेडल मिलता है, एक को सिल्वर मेडल मिलता है, एक को ब्रॉन्ज मेडल मिलता है. 4 टीमें जो सेमीफाइनल में होती हैं. इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी है कि उन्होंने परफॉर्म नहीं किया अच्छे से. उन्होंने परफॉर्म किया, लेकिन दूसरी टीम ने उससे ज्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म किया, तो उनको मिल गया गोल्ड मेडल. ओलंपिक गोल्ड मेडल जिसको मिल गया वो मिल गया. इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी है जिसको सिल्वर मिला उसकी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी नहीं थी. अच्छी थी, लेकिन कंपैरेटिवली गोल्ड वाले की ज्यादा अच्छी थी. 1 सेकंड पहले या फ्रैक्शन ऑफ ए सेकंड पहले उसने बार को टच कर दिया 100 मीटर रेस में, तो उसको गोल्ड मेडल मिल गया. उस फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड कम में दूसरे को सिल्वर मिला, तीसरे को और ब्रॉन्ज मिला उसमें. So it is not only about your efforts and all that, it's about the entire scheme of things, who are your competitors and so on and so forth. So you can only put your efforts. Whether you will be number 1 or not, you will get it or not, you will be selected or not, is not in your hands. So why to worry about it? So anything which is not in your control, let it be.
Yes, sir.
Shraddha Singh is saying, yes, sir, nothing can be difficult if we really want to do something. Very true. It's all about our mindset. Very well said. Shushma Khurani, mostly it depends on the willpower of the person to overcome the same. Very good. We should focus upon our karma, not on the results or outcome. Very well said. Very good. You are very smart, intelligent, enlightened people. So I will show you the screen again.
For example, sir, you know, like about 2 hours ago, I had very bad, backache. So I was thinking, though I remain positive, I try to remain positive. Why I said it is difficult. I was going the other extreme, oh, I have to go to the hospital. What happened? How will I manage the things? Like that, I just simple backache, not simple, it was acute backache. And so I was thinking of all that. I have to go to the hospital, but what has happened suddenly like that? So that was, though it got okay now after a bit of medication. So that is why I said it is difficult all the time.
It may require some effort. आपने कुछ effort किया, कुछ हो सकता है दवाई लगाई हो उसमें जो है, तो वो effort difficult मैं नहीं फिर भी मानूंगा जो वो it may require some more effort, some time, some energy to be put in, some thoughts to be modified. There is a book by Louis L. Hay, by Hay Publication. She treated herself from cancer just by thoughts. The doctor said that you need to be operated upon, surgery will have to be done. And she said, how much time do I have? They said, you have 3 months. If you come after 3 months, we will not be able to help you. She went back home and started working on thoughts. Cancer is very complex than what the backache is or some other ache. But she worked on the thoughts and revised the thought patterns. And then when she went back after 3 months, there was no trace of cancer. So the power is huge. We have to just understand how we can use it, how to make it happen.
There's a book also by Professor Awad Ahmad, Passion to Win. So that also is good.
Yes, yes, yes. So can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So mind is the element of a person that enables them to be aware of the world and their experiences, to think and to feel, the faculty of consciousness and thought. Minds are like parachutes, they only function when they are open. If you jump from 40,000 feet and don't open the parachute, what will happen? So that is the situation many times in our lives, that we keep our minds closed and then what happens, happens. So we need to be very careful about it. What is the nature of mind? So either we accept things or we reject things. In Art of Living, we say, accept people and situations as they are. Anku. Yeah. So some people, when they wake up, they have the feeling that one more day we have to go to the class or job or whatever they are doing, and they don't want to go there. That's like rejecting the world. So we have to choose how we want to live our life, whether we reject or we accept the way life shows up to you. Happy mind or sad mind is again our choices, whether we want to be happy attending this session, giving this session, or we can be sad, one more program to attend, one more session to attend. So it is our choice how we want to take this session or anything that shows up in life. Impossible, or somebody would read from this that I am possible. So all these are choices, and different people will choose different words for this. Conditioned mind or liberated mind. Liberate with freedom. There was a lecture which I attended once. It was an amazing lecture given by a CEO of a global training company. And the next picture will show you after some time the hair actually. This elephant is held back not by the puny rope, but its belief system. So you need to think, whatever stops you, is it because of the belief system, or you really are incompetent to do that, where whatever you think you are not competent to do? इस हाथी को जब बचपन में बांधा गया, वो रस्सी को तोड़ नहीं पाया, उस वजह से जो है वो बाद में जब बड़ा हो जाता है तब भी वो उसको नहीं तोड़ पाता, क्योंकि उसका मन में ये बिलीफ है कि वो नहीं तोड़ सकता है इसको जो है। तो ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें जो हमें लगता है हम नहीं कर सकते हैं लाइफ में। जैसे अभी रोबोटिक्स की बात करें तो आप में से कई लोग सोचेंगे हो सकता है कि क्या रोबोटिक्स तो हमारे फील्ड का काम नहीं है, हम तो नहीं जानते इसको जो है। So that is again a belief system, or impossible and possible, that journey. So which is actually dependent on the perception that we make. Perceptions has 3 dimensions: factors in the situation, factor in the perceiver, factors in the target. what we generally teach in OB. So I'm not going to the details of this right now. If you have any question, you can ask. So it is very important how we perceive, what kind of perception we have about ourselves, and what kind of locus of control do we have. So one is internal locus of control, another one is external locus of control. How many of you have internal and how many of you have external? Just write the word internal or external in the chat box. I would know whether you are still with me or not, and whether your locus of control is internal or external. So if you read this sentence, commitment to create with purity of heart, clarity of mind, sincerity of action, totality of awareness with 100% attention makes a person creator of his own destiny. This very popular statement of Art of Living, the three things: purity of heart, clarity of mind, and sincerity of action. So you can be creator of your own destiny. Each one of you, each one of us has the possibility of being the creator of our own destiny. Second is the external locus of control, where there is another very powerful statement: faith is an enabler which does not allow negative thoughts to pollute the mind, leading to strengthening the thought of what we want to create. Let me see the chat box. How many of you have written? One of you have written a direct message. I have both internal as well as external locus of control. Mahima Kaushik has asked, can you please explain a little bit about this? Internal, many people have written. Deepa, Gauri, Mary, Poonam, Dr. Poonam, they have all written internal. Alpana, Sushma, Sachitra, Dr. Om Prakash, internal and external, he says. Dr. Mandakini, internal. Most of you have internal locus of control. Some of you have mentioned internal and external. One has written, Shiv Palan has written internal versus external. Dr. Pratibha has written internal, but we cannot ignore external as well. So somebody has asked the question that have you understood that, or do you want me to share a little more about this? So internal is that when you believe that you can make a difference, you can do it, you have the control to do it, then you have locus of control as internal. When you believe that a higher power intervention is required, somebody from higher self needs to govern you, guide you, mentor you, then it is known as external locus of control.
Question: faith means what? Faith in your superiors? I am a little confused. Confusion. Faith in God or faith in superior authority?
It is more of faith in the higher powers. You may say God, you may say nature, you may say or whatever name you want. This is higher self, actually, the divine self.
Okay, not the boss, not the boss. Faith.
This is not in the context of the boss, because when you say God or nature, they govern everyone, actually. A super boss. Boss of all bosses is what? Yeah, supreme power, faith in supreme power.
But aren't they related? You know, internal power comes only when we are, you know, like afraid of God, you know, like we believe in God. So that's, you know, we are to some extent spiritual. We know that we are, you know, part of God or whatever. We are sons and daughters of God. So that kind of thing, aren't they two related?
Yeah, both of them are related also. One is governed by the Karma Yoga. The internal locus of control is governed by the Karma Yoga, and the external locus of control is governed by the Bhakti Yoga. And you can't have bhakti or karma unless you have jnana. So Gyan Yoga also comes in the picture. So all these are interconnected. There is no doubt about that. So they are not mutually exclusive. So Mahima has understood, it seems. Now she has categorized herself as internal category, but for some specific cases, external category will prevail. Yeah. Yeah. So it seems that this part is clear to people. Both are actually fine. Mirabai is an example of Bhakti Yoga. And Lakshmi Bai, Jhansi Ki Rani, Lakshmi Bai is an example of the Karma Yoga or internal locus of control. Probably that would help understand it better. So mind management essentially is about becoming aware of accepting the reality and to transcend the future. It involves managing your emotions, your perceptions about people, things, and processes. If you look at mind, it is a sum total of your learnings, conditionings, and experiences so far in life. Mind management makes you reboot your system and look at everything in a fresh perspective. These are 5 ways of happiness. I have conducted a lot of sessions on happiness. Earlier, when the lockdown started, we started on the World Happiness Day, these online sessions in March 2020. So first is the awareness, second is the acceptance, third is the aspiration, fourth is action, and fifth is appraisal. So if you want to lead a happy life, although I believe that happiness is a state of being, and it has nothing to do with what you do in life. You can be happy, your state of being can be happiness, and then you do things. So all these are their aspects, and anything you want to discuss, you can ask if it is not clear to you. Becoming aware of what the world is right now, in whatever state of affairs world is, the people around you, the government, and whatever. If you accept them the way they are, like I said in Art of Living, we say accept people and situations as they are. So that is accepting the situation the way it is. And then aspiration to make it better. जैसे भी डॉक्टर सविता ने बोला, मुझे पेन हो रहा था, मुझे लग रहा था मुझे डॉक्टर के पास जाना होगा. But probably the willpower was strong enough to continue in this session. So she found a way to remove the pain using something, and it worked. So that is what the aspiration aspect is, that what is more important to you, you are able to achieve that. But for that, you need to take some action, either in the physical form or in the mental form of it. Sometimes it works, even if it is at the subtle level, it works. It's not necessary that every time you do it, action only on the physical plane. I do healing also. So it may not appear that I have touched a person, but distance mode, as we say, distance education, similarly, you can actually make a qualitative difference in the life of an individual through a distance mode also. So actions are physical actions as well as actions in the subtle world, which is governed by mind and thoughts. And the last one is the appraisal. You see whether what you did resulted into good actions, outcomes or not, all your actions that you made. And if it is not, then you do the analysis of why it did not function well or what needs to be improved, become aware of all those gap areas or areas of improvement. And then again, the cycle keeps on moving. But one important aspect is our success of life does not lie in controlling the mind. in becoming aware about the thoughts. So never try to control, never work for controlling the mind. You have to just be aware. If there is a pain in the body, without putting anything, also you can breathe out the pain. I don't know how many of you can understand what I'm saying, but yes, you can do that. You can just breathe out the pain. Any question on this? You can ask, otherwise we move ahead.
So there's a question by Dr. Surbhi. Sir, doesn't happiness and sadness go hand in hand? Advaita philosophy?
Both are there. If you say you need to choose, there is another philosophy beyond this, that you transcend all these. So you are above. जैसे गुणातीत होना जो बोलते हैं ना, 3 गुनाज अभी आएंगे इसमें जो है, ये 3 गुण है. क्या क्या 3 है? उनसे आप जो है, कौन कौन से 3 गुण इसी में आएंगे, अभी थोड़ी सी आगे जाएंगे तो आएंगे वो. So then you transcend from that. You go beyond happiness and sadness. आपको काफी कुछ दिखा दिया मैंने. ये जो है tamas, rajas and sattva. So these are the 3 types of personalities. And tamas is like inertia, inactivity, negative, apathy, dullness, dark, delusion, depression, ignorance. So this is like what the sadness part would have. Sadness will be governed by these, And then rajas is better than tamas. So the goal of life could be moving from tamas to rajas, which is like movement, activity, energy, excitement, passion, desire, agitation, anxiety, egotism. All these are mixture of things. But this is better than tamas. And then better than that is the sattva, which is balance, harmony, positive, peace, clarity, light, creativity, openness, intelligence. So sadness or happiness, you can say, are 2 perspectives. What is. So we'll come to that also. But if you are in tamas, you are actually very near to the sad state of being. Or you are not in action actually. And when you keep on moving, and then when you say in 3 गुणों से भी जब आप ऊपर उठ जाते हैं, सत्वा लेवल से भी ऊपर के लेवल पे जब आप चले जाते हैं, then you become गुणातीत. So you are free from sadness and happiness. That is another aspect of it. What you feel happy about or what you feel sad about are all given things. जैसे एक गांव में एक आदमी की डेड बॉडी रखी हुई थी जो है, और गांव के बीच में एक पेड़ था, उसके नीचे उसको रखा हुआ था, और पूरा गांव इकट्ठा था. एक आदमी वहां से निकल रहा था, जो जा रहा था वहां से. उसने देखा एक आदमी की डेड बॉडी है, पूछा भाई कौन थे? ये कहते हैं इस गांव के सबसे समझदार, विजडम वाले व्यक्ति थे जो है, और पूरा गांव इकट्ठा है क्योंकि सब लोग इनकी बहुत इज्जत करते थे. तो बोला कि कोई रो क्यों नहीं रहा? मीन्स व्हाई यू आर नॉट सैड? तो बोला रोए क्यों? ये चले गए, जहां से आए थे वहां चले गए, तो इसमें रोने की क्या बात है? Why we should be sad about if he has gone back to from where he came? So what we generally believe are instances of sadness or events where we should be sad about. There could be perception about those events that no, it is not a situation of sadness. किसी से आपने उधार लिए 1000 रुपए, उधार लिए, उसे वापस कर दिए 1000 रुपए, तो आपको दुखी होना चाहिए क्या कि आपने वापस कर दिया 1000, या खुश होना चाहिए कि चलो आपने लोन लिया था वापस कर दिया, now you are debt free person. So how you look at, how you perceive things would decide about whether you are sad or you should not be sad about it. So equanimity is better than that. That's what I said. गुणातीत होना जो मैं बोल रहा था आपको, वही है state जो है. So when you see pendulum of a clock, if you have seen that, pendulum moves like this. So if you say this is happiness, this is sadness, this is happiness, this is sadness, this is happiness, this is sadness. If you behave like that, and there is something here which keeps this moving. So if you are here as an observer, so you will see happiness and sadness as an observer and be free from that. So that is another aspect of it, which is higher level of consciousness. So good to raise that question. I hope your question is answered, whatever you wanted to hear. Brahmasmi. So I jumped a few slides for you. So how to manage the mind is the next question. I was here. So it's very simple to be happy, but it is difficult to be simple. जैसे कहते हैं, it is the common sense is a sense which is not very common. So it is like that. So there are two dimensions: seek to understand and seek to be understood. For seek to understand, you need to recognize with awareness and accept with humility. Humility, which you have seen in the earlier slide also. Awareness and acceptance. So this is mainly recognize with awareness and accept with humility. Seek to be understood is negotiate with reason and deal with kindness. This is another aspect of it. So if you want people around you to understand you, then you have to have these two traits. Only then they will understand you better. Your mind is a magnet. There is a book called The Secret. I don't know how many of you have read that book. Please write The Secret if you have read that book by Rhonda Bryan, if I am correct. If you think of blessings, you attract blessings. If you think of problems, you attract problems. Always cultivate good thoughts and always remain positive and optimistic. So what you will think would be attracted. That is what law of attraction means. So that is based on, that book is based on this principle of law of attraction. And when we see, I'm a healer also. I do energy healing. So in that we see the outcome of this process, that wherever you put your attention, we say a principle that energy follows thought. Wherever you put your energy on whatever part or organ of the body, it will go there, energy will go there and actually heal yourself. So what appears to you as the conscious mind is generally like an iceberg, which you see on the top of it in the screen, or you can see the more important dimensions like subconscious and unconscious mind is below that, which you can't even see. And life is much more than what appears to be as a conscious mind. So how to manage the mind is a question. So one of the answers is these 8 limbs of yoga, which is known as Ashtanga Yoga, where there are yamas, niyamas, asanas, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So yamas are like social ethics, which are primarily focusing on our actions when in community with others. So ahimsa is like non-violence, satya, truthfulness, asteya is non-stealing, brahmacharya is abstinence, aparigraha is non-accumulation. If you have questions on any one of these, please feel free to ask. Niyamas are personal observances, focus more generally on our relationship with our physical and psychological selves. Shauch is internal and external cleanliness. Santosh is being happy and content. Tapas is penance. Swadhyaya is self-study. Ishwar Pranidhan is surrender to the higher power. What you were asking about external locus of control, that is basically coming from this surrender to the higher power. Asanas is a posture that one can hold for a period of time, staying relaxed, steady, comfortable, and motionless. The meditation posture should be steady and comfortable. Sthiram Sukham Asana. I have been doing yoga from last about 40 years. When I was a student of Sri Ram College of Commerce in 1981-84, around 1982, I decided that I will be doing yoga asanas on a daily basis, and from last 40 years it is continuing without break. Pranayam is the next level, which is the control of the breath formed with the Sanskrit word prana, or breath, and ayam means restraint. After desired posture has been achieved, Patanjali recommends pranayam, the practice of consciously regulating the breath, inhalation, the full pause, exhalation, and the empty pause. There are different varieties of that. From the day I have learned art of living Sudarshan Kriya, pranayam has become more important part of my journey of this yoga life. Pratyahara is the drawing within one's awareness, is the process of retracting the sensory experience from external objects. It is a step of self-extraction and abstraction. Pratyahara is not consciously closing one's eyes to the sensory world. It is consciously closing one's mind processes to the sensory world. Pratyahara empowers one to stop being controlled by the external world. Dharana means concentration, prospective focus, and one-pointedness of mind. Dharana is the sixth limb of yoga, is holding one's mind onto a particular inner state, subject or topic of one's mind. The mind is fixed on a mantra or one's breath, navel tip or tongue, any place or an object one wants to observe, or a concept idea in one's mind. Dhyana is contemplating, reflecting on whatever dharana has focused on. It is, if in the sixth limb of yoga one focuses on a personal deity, dhyan is its contemplation. The concentration was on one object. Dhyan is non-judgmental, non-presumptuous observation of that object. If the focus was on a concept idea, dhyan is contemplating that concept or idea in all its aspects, forms and consequences. Dhyan is uninterrupted train of thought, current of cognition, flow of awareness. If you want to do some dhyan or meditation as a part of this, happy to do that. Please write whether you want a meditation of few minutes or not. Please write in the chat box. Last is the samadhi, that is the eighth part of the Ashtanga Yoga, the last part. Samadhi is oneness with the subject of meditation. There is no distinction during the eighth limb of yoga between the actor of meditation, the act of meditation, and the subject of meditation. Samadhi is that spiritual state when one's mind is so absorbed in whatever it is contemplating on that the mind loses a sense of its own identity. The thinker, the thought process, and the thought fuse with the subject of thought. There is only oneness, that is called samadhi. Yes, for meditation. So let's do some practice of it. तभी वो निधि ध्यान में कुछ आएगा, नहीं तो नहीं आएगा. Let me stop sharing this. Those who have put off their screens, videos, you can put on. Sit straight, spine erect. Keep a smile on your face. Take a deep breath in and let go. Take few more deep breaths in and out and let go. Keep smiling and keep on taking deep breaths in and out. Feel you are in front of an ocean. And keep on taking deep breaths in and out. Feel that the ocean is absorbing as you are breathing out. Breathe out all the negativities, all the pains, problems, trauma in your body. And let the ocean absorb it like a magnet. Breathe out all the negative aspects of your personality and let the ocean absorb it like a magnet. Keep your eyes closed, spine erect, sit straight. Keep on taking deep breaths in and out. This is guided meditation that you are doing. Without opening the eyes, in your mind, make a list of all those people whom you have hurt in the past and seek forgiveness from the core of your heart as if this is your last time to do that. आंखें बंद रखते हुए ऐसे व्यक्तियों की सूची बनाएं, गहरी सांसें चलने दें जिनको आपने कभी कोई कष्ट पहुंचाया हो, उन सबसे एक एक करके माफी मांग लें जैसे कि आपका आखिरी मौका हो उनसे माफी मांगने का. Seek forgiveness from the core of your heart from each one whom you have given some pain, problem, trauma. And seek forgiveness from the core of your heart as if this is the last time to do that. एक एक करके उन सभी व्यक्तियों से माफी मांगते जाएं जिनको कभी भी जीवन में आपने कोई भी कष्ट दिया हो. ऐसा महसूस करें कि उन्होंने आपको माफ कर दिया है. Feel the lightness in the body after every forgiveness. Complete the list. Don't leave anyone. Keep on taking deep breaths in and out. Include even those people who are not alive and seek forgiveness from the core of your heart as if this is your last time to do that. उन व्यक्तियों को भी शामिल कर लें सूची में जिनको आपने कभी भी कोई कष्ट पहुंचाया और वो अभी इस समय जीवित ना हो. उन सबसे भी एक एक करके माफी मांग लें जैसा कि आपका आखिरी मौका उन सबसे माफी मांगने का. Complete the list. Don't leave anyone. Continue taking deep breaths in and out. गहरी सांसें चलती रहें, चेहरे पे मुस्कान बनी रहे. जब ये सूची पूरी हो जाए तो एक दूसरे व्यक्तियों की सूची बनाए आंखें बंद करते हुए जिन्होंने आपको कोई कष्ट पहुंचाया हो. Keep your eyes closed and make a list of all those people who have hurt you in the past. Give them a piece of advice that they should not repeat this behavior in the future. Forgive them from the core of your heart as if this is your last time to do that. अपने मन में उन सभी व्यक्तियों की सूची बना लें जिन्होंने कभी भी आपको कोई कष्ट पहुंचाया हो और एक एक करके उन सबको माफ करते चले जाएं. किसी को भी ना छोड़ें. Forgive everyone. There is no encumbrances of the past. You are free and liberated from all the encumbrances of the past. Don't leave anyone. Complete the list. Complete the list. Include even those people who are not alive. ऐसे व्यक्तियों को भी शामिल कर लें सूची में जो जीवित नहीं है. उन सबसे भी माफी मांग लें. Seek forgiveness from the core of your heart as if this is your last time to do that. गहरी सांसें चलती रहें. जब ये लिस्ट पूरी हो जाए, when this list is complete, keep on taking the deep breaths in and out. Bring your attention to the right foot. Take a deep breath in and let go. राइट नी, दाहिने घुटने पे ध्यान लेके आए और एक गहरी सांस लें एंड लेट गो. दाहिने जंघा की ओर ध्यान लेके आए. Bring your attention to the right thigh. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to the right hip. दाहिने कूल्हे की तरफ ध्यान लेके आए और एक गहरी सांस लें. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to the entire right leg. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to the left foot. Take a deep breath in and let go. Left knee. Take a deep breath in. बाएं घुटने की तरफ ध्यान लेके आए. गहरी सांस लें and let go. Left thigh. Take a deep breath in. बाएं जंघे की तरफ ध्यान लेके आए. गहरी सांस लें and let go. बाएं कूल्हे की तरफ ध्यान लेके आए. Bring your attention to the left side. Take a deep breath in. The entire left leg. Take a deep breath in. Bring attention to both the legs. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring attention to base of the spine. Take a deep breath in and let go. स्वादिष्ठान चक्र, मूलाधार से स्वादिष्ठान चक्र की तरफ अटेंशन को ले आए. ध्यान को स्वादिष्ठान चक्र की तरफ लाते हुए टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ इन एंड लेट गो. नेवल चक्र, मणिपुर चक्र. टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ इन. मणिपुर चक्र की तरफ ध्यान लेके आए और एक गहरी सांस लें और जाने दें. अनाहत चक्र. Bring your attention to the heart chakra. Take a deep breath in please mute. Please mute, delete. Bring your attention to the heart, physical heart on the left side. Take a deep breath in and let go. In between the chest, heart chakra and heart chakra, take a deep breath in, let go. Bring your attention to both the lungs. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to liver. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to the small intestine and let go. Large intestine, let go. Bring attention to both the kidneys, left and the right. Take a deep breath in and let go. Pancreas, take a deep breath in and let go. Spleen, bring attention to spleen. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to lymphatic system. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to the nervous system. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring your attention to the spinal cord, Sushumna Nadi, Ida Pingla. Take a deep breath in and let go. Central channel, left channel, right channel. Remove all the blockages in this region, including the shoulder and the spine, back side, front side. Bring attention to the right hand. Take a deep breath in. Let go. Right shoulder, take a deep breath in. Let go. Right armpit, take a deep breath in. Let go. Right hand, shoulder, and the armpit, take a deep breath in. Let go. Bring attention to the left hand, take a deep breath in. Let go. Left shoulder, take a deep breath in. Let go. Left armpit, take a deep breath in. Let go. Bring attention to the left hand, shoulder, and the armpit, take a deep breath in. Let go. Bring attention to both the hands, both the shoulders, both the armpits. Take a deep breath in. Let go. Bring attention to the throat chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra. गले के पास ध्यान लेके आए. Take a deep breath in and let go. Bring attention to the face, beautiful face that the God has given to you. Take a deep breath in and let go. Both the ears, take a deep breath in. Let go. Both the cheeks, take a deep breath in. Let go. Both the lips, take a deep breath in. Let go. Teeth, take a deep breath in. Let go. Gums, take a deep breath in. Let go. Tongue, take a deep breath in. Let go. Palate, take a deep breath in. Touch the tongue to the palate. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Bring attention to both the nostrils. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Bring attention to both the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Both the eyelids. Take a deep breath in. Let go. Bring attention to eyebrows. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Bring attention to in between the eyebrows, the Ajna chakra, the Agya chakra. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Bring attention to the forehead region. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Bring attention to top of the head, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara chakra. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Bring attention to all the chakras. Take a deep breath in. And let go. All the 7 major chakras and all the chakras. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Open, expand, enlarge, activate all the layers of all the chakras pertaining to you, making them perfect. Doing the cleansing and healing of each and every part of the body, organ of the body, element of the body, filter of the body, system of the body, glands of the body. Feel the divine white light is flowing from top of the head, going to the bottom of the legs, doing the cleansing and healing of each one of these. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Divine light is flowing from the top of the head, going to the bottom of the legs, doing the cleansing and healing of each and every part of the body, organ of the body, element of the body, filter of the body, system of the body, glands of the body. Divine white light is flowing in every part of the body. Absorb and assimilate, purify and revitalize, transform and heal. So it is, so it is, so it is, now it is done, now it is done, now it is done. Stop the flow of divine white light and thank all the divine beings who guided you, mentored you, coached you to do this. Whenever you feel complete, you can slowly open your eyes. Take your time, no hurries. धीरे धीरे करके अपनी आंखें जब पूर्णता महसूस करें, कोई जल्दी नहीं है। जब भी पूर्णता महसूस करें, धीरे धीरे अपनी आंखें खोल सकते हैं। कैसा लगा? चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं। आर यू फीलिंग रिलैक्स्ड?
Yes, very relaxed. In fact, the first few moments, till the attention was on legs, it was, I was totally absorbed in it. But later on, I happen to remember all those whom I have traveled. The list was very long. And when you said, who all have traveled me, the list was very small. So that realization has come, I think, for the first time.
Good, good, good. So this is about clearing the baggage of the past, feeling lighter. जैसे बोझा उतार देते हैं ना अपने शरीर पे से, जो है ट्रंक, मान लीजिए आपने रखा हो, कुली को देखा ना, ट्रंक लेके सिर पे जाता है जो है, तो ऐसे ही सटल बॉडीज में ये सारी चीजें रहती हैं। अगर आप निकाल देते हैं उसको तो लाइटर महसूस करते हैं उसके बाद से जो है। So it's like shedding off your baggage of the past lives, current life, the relationship with those who are alive or not alive. You're clearing off all the baggages. जैसे कोई लोन नहीं होता ना आदमी के ऊपर, तो फ्री होता है ना उसका। कुछ कंपनीज, डेट फ्री कंपनीज अपने आप को रखती हैं। They don't want loan. So it is like that. Yeah, Dr. Patiba Maurya saying we can let lot of things go. Yes, baggage तो बिल्कुल नहीं रखना चाहिए किसी भी चीज का। So good, you can practice this. निधि ध्यान में इसको चाहें तो ला सकते हैं, डेली बेसिस पे ला सकते हैं, वीकली बेसिस पे ला सकते हैं, जब जरूरत हो तब कर सकते हैं। It is up to you. You can do it in the morning, you can do it before going to sleep. So it is your choice. So all of you are feeling better, it seems. One has said, Mary has said, powerful. Yes, it is very powerful. It is based on that principle, energy follows thought. When you are bringing your attention to different parts of the body, it was doing the cleansing and healing of different parts, organs, elements, filters, everything was getting cleansed. जैसे गाड़ी को सर्विसिंग के लिए भेजते हैं आप, तो पानी से सारे गाड़ी को धोते हैं, तो आप कराते हैं ना, उसकी सर्विसिंग कराते हैं। It is like servicing your own self by doing these exercises. So whenever you need it, please practice this. Nidhi Dhyasana means daily practice. If you do on a daily basis, you will be more lighter all the time. You will never feel exhausted even at the end of the day. You will be as fresh as you were in the morning when you started your day. So if you want the high energy level for the entire day, you need to do this Ashtanga Yoga as I shared with you. Any questions on this? Samadhi is the highest state where you are one with the higher self. So these are the 8 limbs of yoga. If you practice this, yamas, niyamas, asanas, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. You did today just one part of it, that is meditation. Some examples of what I said to you, that your body has the power to process every word that you speak. So there is one example by Dr. Darren R. Wiseman. He has done research on blood cells. The name of the book is The Power of Infinite Love and Gratitude, an evolutionary journey to awakening your spirit. So these are pictures of blood cells which you see on the left and the right. A 31-year-old woman with a bladder infection, using the power of infinite love and gratitude, release the subconscious limiting belief associated with feelings of impending doom, is on the right hand side, which is after the intervention. So you are seeing the pictures of blood cells which are not good on the left hand side and which are clear cells on the right hand side. A 41-year-old woman diagnosed with breast cancer is on the left hand side. A right hand side is using the power of infinite love and gratitude, release subconscious feelings of depression associated with being emotionally and verbally abused by her husband. So unless we go to the root cause of the problem, you keep on giving chemotherapy or whatever therapy, but it keeps coming back unless you resolve the root cause of the problem. So it is important to understand from where this manifestation of disease, which means dis-ease. If you are at ease, there is no disease. So absence of ease is disease, dis-ease. Before, a 9-year-old boy with symptoms of severe migraine headache, you are seeing the blood cells are of a very different type. Using the power of infinite love and gratitude, release subconscious feelings of internalized anger toward his parents because of their divorce. So these are all pictures. The entire book has a lot of pictures of these case studies where they have used this power of infinite love and gratitude, and the root cause of the problem was somewhere else. So we need to understand that what appears on the surface as pain, problem, trauma, or anything of that kind, it has root causes somewhere else. There's another author, Dr. Masaru Emoto. He has written a book called The Hidden Messages in Water. So he says that the molecular structure of water is changed if you have interventions. Like wisdom word was written in Japanese, English, and German on the left hand side, if you see. And they found crystals. These are pictures of water. Actually, these are not actual crystals or jewelry items or ornaments, but what you see, it is appearing like ornaments because the word wisdom is the basic principle of nature throughout the world. So it is independent of language that it has been able to process that. So these are some words, and these are photographs taken after children at a Japanese elementary school spoke to water, and also one photograph of water that was ignored. So these are tests conducted in the elementary school in Japan. If you say you are cute, you see beautiful picture. If you say you fool, then the picture is not good. So how every word is being processed. This is another slide where you see the bad picture of heavy metal music, you made me sick, I'll kill you, Adolf Hitler. All three are giving a bad shape. Whereas thank you, love and appreciation and Mother Teresa are giving you very beautiful crystal forms. And these are all pictures of water. Our body is 2/3 water. That means whatever we say, our body is able to process that. The photo on the left is of an ice crystal frozen from severely polluted water. The photo on the right is the same water fully frozen after having been blessed by Dr. Emoto. One can plainly see that we do have the ability to not only heal ourselves, but also earth as well. So we have immense power, tremendous power to heal the world. It's up to us how much purity of heart, as we say, clarity of mind and sincerity of action we can bring on the table to make it happen. This I've already discussed with you, Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. These are the 5 koshas I started with: Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanamaya Kosh, and Mahanamaya Kosh. The third layer is the Manomaya Kosh, if you see this, on which this entire session is planned. So Anandamaya Kosh is the physical sheet that composes the outer layer. It's sometimes referred to as a food sheet. The body weight or size can reflect the physical sheet as well as any physical ailments or concerns one has. One can also pay attention to how their body reacts to different types of. Second is the pranamaya kosh, is the vital energy, breath or life force sheet. In Sanskrit, the word prana refers to the life force and is a word of breath. Pranic healing भी हम लोग बोलते हैं. Awareness of this kosha allows one to move stagnant energy, so one can experience greater vitality and energetic connection to oneself, others, and nature. And the third one, which is the main theme of this session, the Manomaya Kosha is contained within the Annamaya and Pranamaya Koshas. It acts as a messenger, bringing experiences and sensations from the outer world into the intuitive body. This is the mental sheet that represents mind, emotions, inner world. This layer includes thought forms, mental activity, and awareness of thoughts. Getting in touch with this kosha involves looking at one's perceptions and mental patterns. Vijnanamaya Kosh literally means a shell that is composed of Vijnana or intellect. It is the fourth covering of Atma. A large part of this Kosh is in the realm of the unconscious and is a major repository of information. The feeling of me and mine and the faculty of intelligence and reasoning constitute the Vijnanamaya Kosh, the fourth layer of the sheet. The feeling of freshness that I had a deep sleep is said to arise from this kosha. When one closes the eyes and relaxes like you are doing right now during meditation, the functioning of the Manomaya Kosh becomes minimum. The Vijnanamaya Kosh comes in the front and gets active. In the final stages of meditation, the intellect becomes stable and mind becomes still. This is called Samadhi. Anandamaya Kosh is referred to as the bliss body. It is the deepest and the subtlest of all layers, so much so that some people even say they can't use words to describe it. Instead, it must be felt and experienced. Developing Anandamaya Kosh requires a discipline to complete inner work and spiritual practices over a long period. This level of consciousness relates to the essence of one's true self or nature, which is perfection. Transcending all five sheets can lead to a state of samadhi or unity between individual and universal consciousness. This is said to be pure bliss or joy. Any questions till now? We have 7 minutes to go. Yeah, na, Dr. Shikha?
Yes, sir.
Please let me know.
Yeah, sir, I had one question. You, in one of the slides, you talked of the conscious, subconscious, and the unconscious mind. So how do you sort of explain, or how should we go about in terms of controlling our subconscious mind? A lot of things we can do to control our conscious mind, but major of it is subconscious also. So what do we do to control that?
This Ashtanga Yoga, which has been prescribed to you, is basically to manage the unconscious part also as you move towards the journey from the gross to the subtle. Like gross is the Annamaya Kosha, is the grossest level, which is the food sheet. And as you keep on moving beyond that, you are actually moving towards the unconscious or the subconscious part of it. So as you move beyond the mind, that is the Vijnanamaya Kosh, as you just heard about, and the Anandamaya Kosh, you are actually moving towards that side. So this Dhyan, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi and all that, all these are the ways to reach there.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else? Any more question on this? We have 5 more minutes.
सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आपने हम लोगों का मार्गदर्शन किया। लेकिन मेरे मन में थोड़ी सी और एक जिज्ञासा है, चूंकि आज कार्यक्रम की पूर्णाहुति है और समय की मर्यादा है। मैं समय की मर्यादा का अतिक्रमण नहीं करना चाहता हूं। हम लोग जीडीपी की बात करते हैं, हम लोग इंडेक्स की बात करते हैं, तो हम लोग क्यों नहीं भूटान जिस प्रकार से हैप्पीनेस इंडेक्स पर चलता है उसी तरह से हम लोग चले, ताकि हमारे यहाँ सुख समृद्धि हो। मैं एक प्रैक्टिकली बात नहीं कि एक कह रहा हूं कि संभव हो तो अगर हम मॉल और पिज्जा के कल्चर से निकलकर एक शाश्वत ग्रंथ की ओर चले, जिस तरह से मैं देखता हूं कि हैप्पीनेस इंडेक्स में भूटान की स्थिति हम लोग से काफी अच्छी है मानी जाती है, तो क्यों नहीं उनके पद चिन्ह पर हम चल करके हम अपनी हैप्पीनेस को ग्रोथ कर सकते हैं। सर मार्गदर्शन करें, काफी जिज्ञासा है सर, बड़ी कृपा होगी।
ऐसा है, भूटान का एग्जाम्पल बहुत अच्छा है। प्रोफेसर सिमरत कौर मैडम ने भी एग्जाम्पल दिया था वहाँ का जो है, साथ में ये भी बताया था लोग आलसी हो जाते हैं वहाँ पे जो है, तेज गाड़ी चलाने को भी बोलो जो नॉर्मल मतलब उनके हिसाब से डीजल लिमिट्स वाली स्पीड थी, वो भी कहते हैं क्या करना है जो है। सो lethargy is also not good. So we should have goals which are smart goals. अभी आते हैं उसी पे, आपको दिखाते हैं स्लाइड जो है कि इन सबका बैलेंस होना चाहिए। So we should have material success also, and we should have spiritual attainments also, higher level of consciousness also. So both should go hand in hand. जैसे अभी सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की बात प्रोफेसर सिमरत कौर ने भी किया था, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स भी हमारे जो 2030 एजेंडा 2030 जो है, how do you relate the 5 koshas with the 3 gunas? As you transcend from the annamaya kosh, you start moving towards the pranamaya kosh, start doing practicing, alternate breathing and all those pranayams that you do. You are actually moving from tamas to rajas to sattva level. So if you want to move higher, you have to transcend beyond the physical sheet. उसके बिना वो तमस में ही रहेंगे फिर जो है, तो सत्वा लेवल पे तभी पहुंचेंगे जबकि आप इनको डिफरेंट लेवल्स जो है अन्नमय कोश से आगे बढ़ेंगे जो है। अगर अन्नमय कोश में ही अटके रहेंगे, तमस में ही फिर रहेंगे जो है।
Sir, I have a feeling that in Bhutan example is given, but I think the hills being closer to nature, as compared to plains, we are all surrounded by these constructive items, so structures. So whenever we also want peace, we go to hills. So maybe Bhutan being the hilly state, so that may be one of the reasons so that they are happier than us.
Happiness is a state of being, and you may be at the best of the places, still cry about ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, पानी ठंडा आ रहा है, गर्म पानी नहीं मिल रहा है, and all that, So it is independent of your surroundings, it is independent of the situations, it is independent of everything else in the world. अब ये मेजर जो करते हैं वो अलग ढंग से करते हैं उसको मेजर। अब एक सन्यासी है, वो तो बड़ा पुअर है आपके हिसाब से, जो हिमालय की केज में जो है कपड़े भी नहीं पहनता, ज्यादा जो है खाता पीता भी नहीं है, आपके तो किसी भी इंडेक्स में वो नहीं आएगा जो है, वो तो बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन ही रहेगा आपके कॉन्सेप्ट के हिसाब से, और उसका कुछ नहीं हो, बट ही इज एट ए वेरी हायर लेवल ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस. सो हाउ यू मेजर द लेवल्स is important. There is one slide I would like to show you on that, what I'm talking about consciousness. Let me show you that. Time is less, it is only last 1 minute. So I was talking to you about the spiritually smart goals, which is spiritual specific, it is spiritually tested. The meaning is spiritually tested, specific, measurable, attainable, or action orientation, realistic, time bound. So I'm leaving all this, I'm bringing directly to 1.5 hours is too small. It is actually full day workshop which I conduct. So this is the level of consciousness, what David Hawkins has written in his book, Power versus Force. The name of the book is Power versus Force. So if you see below 200 is a level of negativity where we have pride, anger, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, shame. As you cross the barrier of 199, you the domain of courage, that is 200. And as you go up in the hierarchy, you are moving up in the level of consciousness. And the highest level is where it is in the level of 700 to 1000, where the consciousness is pure, processes, pure consciousness, emotion is ineffable, life view is. People like Buddha, Krishna, Prophet Muhammad, Jesus Christ, all these were part of this domain of 700 to 1000 point scale. Dr. Shikha, please let me know when the chief guest of the valedictory session arrives. I will stop at that time. If you have questions, please ask. So what Dr. Chandan was asking about.
Sir has joined.
Sir has joined. So it is already time to start the valedictory session. Thank you very much for giving me one slot to share my thoughts about mind management with the participants.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a privilege for us to hear your enlightening session. I think we should understand that it's high time we should understand. It's all about management of mind. The way you see it, the way it comes to you. Change your perspective, it will also change. Thank you so much, sir. So with the kind permission of all, shall we start with the valedictory session?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sudarshan ji Bhai Sahab, namaste. Welcome.
सभी को सादर प्रणाम.
Welcome.
Pranam.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar, sir.
Every celebration is an experience. The external fades away and the internal lingers and echoes in the most depth of our hearts and mind. We are reminded that events like this are milestones on the journey of life and reminders of new experiences gained throughout life. On this note, we are delighted to offer a gracious welcome to all to the valedictory session of 1 week online short-term program on Indian Knowledge System jointly organized by the Department of Commerce, Institute of Lifelong Learning, and Shri Ram College of Commerce, University of Delhi. To begin with, I may request the convener of this short-term program, Dr. Shikha Makkar, to present a brief report on the journey so far. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. The short-term program has been a sincere step to bring the desired transformation in higher education in line with the objectives of NEP 2020. It familiarized the participants with astonishing breadth and depth of the Indian scientific and knowledge tradition by covering varied range of topics such as importance of ancient knowledge, mind management, traditional mercantile trade, public administration and governance, mighty management minds of India, health, wellness, and psychology, along with covering the journey of Indian knowledge system from awareness to its application. On the first day of the program, Professor Mahadevan introduced us with the rich culture and heritage India is bestowed with in the form of its ancient and scientific architecture reflected in our centuries-old culture, art, and heritage. He further pressed upon the point that Indian knowledge system is not merely about knowing ancestral knowledge, but documenting traditional repositories to provide evidence of prior knowledge. Day 2, Professor Venkat Raghavan enlightened the participants on how India has produced enormous body of knowledge, both documented and undocumented over several centuries, along with detailing the framework for establishing deductive and inductive valid knowledge in the ancient India. The sessions on day 3 and day 4 were conducted by Dr. Vinayak Rajat Bhatt. He enriched the participants with the overall framework for achieving happiness in working towards goals of life, that is dharma, artha, kam, and moksha, known as purusharth, along with explaining the importance of dincharya, that is daily regime for health and wellness. He also explained in detail the relevance of 4 branches of knowledge, Arthashastra, namely science of logic and argumentation, the Vedas, economics, and governance. On day 5, in the first session, Professor Naveen Mathur emphasized on the fact that even though India has produced great philosophers, great leaders, both in politics and corporates, such as Kautilya, Chanakya, J.R.D. Tata, Uday Parikh, among many others, but their reference is not emphasized enough in mainstream education in India. He further emphasized on the need to celebrate our own leaders rather than citing and discussing those of the West, as India is a repository of immense thinkers and scholars. Next session was taken by Mr. and Mrs. Hari, the co-founders and authors of Bharat Gyan Foundation, through which they enlightened the participants with the knowledge, practices, and global connects of the Indian civilization over millennia from an Indic perspective, along with highlighting the contributions of Bharat Gyan, which is working towards rekindling research and application of Indian knowledge for the benefit of science and mankind. On day 6, first session was taken by Professor Simrit Kaur, who enlightened the participants with the traditional mercantile system of India, taking us through the pre-classical era of mercantilism, where we had a surplus of gold reserves being net exporters, to the classical era moving towards the times of free trade. She also emphasized on how India today is a global superpower through our strong international trade, and concluded by emphasizing on how important is the inclusive trade for an economy and the relevance of sustainability in our trade and business for the future generations. The second session of the short-term program was conducted by Professor Ajay Kumar Singh, where he laid the emphasis on Shravana, Manan, Nidhyasan, learning to be, to know, to do, to live together. He further made the participants aware on the 5 A's of happiness: awareness, appraisal, acceptance, action, and aspiration, along with making them realize that every problem is about perception and solution lies within ourselves. Sir also conducted a short meditation session with all the participants, which made them feel more relaxed and peaceful. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Shikhar, for summarizing all the fine details. Any event is incomplete without the due support of its participants. So to hear from the participants, I request Dr. Ajay Pratap Singh to present his views on being part of this program. May I request Dr. Ajay Pratap Singh to unmute?
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You are very much audible, sir. Please carry on.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. My name is Dr. Ajay Pratap Singh. I'm professor and IQC director in Mangalma Institute of Management Technology, Greater Noida. I have been constantly listening this short-term program since last 6 days, and honestly speaking, it was really a very enriching experience. And because I have been given only 1 minute to speak, so I will just say that I have always been a proud Indian, but after attending this belief has got more inner value now. Now I am more and more feeling that okay, we have enough of the things in our Indian knowledge system that can make our life really happy, that can make us to progress further, that can make us to succeed in each and every sphere of the life. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. I may also request Dr. Surbhi Dhingra to share her experience as well.
Thank you so much. Guru Govind dono khade, काके लागू पाए, बलिहारी गुरु आपकी गोविंद दियो दिखाए, बताए. That is precisely what all of you teachers have done for us in this period of 6 days short-term course. कभी तो ऐसा लगता था बिल्कुल mesmerize हो गए, कभी तो लगता था इतने intrigued हो गए हैं, कहीं तो लग रहा था हाँ अब शायद dots सारी join हो गई हैं. इतनी different feelings के साथ, but ultimately I think what it has done is open the vistas for a whole new learning of a system which always existed but was not so well known to us. So thanks to each one of you, ILLL as the enabler, SRCC which has given us the academic energy, and Professor A.K. Singh. The session was just mesmerizing and it was the most healing and the best part of it all. And thanks, of course, and now I know the reason for the inner energy, the calmness with which you approach each time any one of us comes to you. Thank you so much, all of you organizers, for doing this for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dhingra. A pessimist complains about the wind, an optimist tries to change it, and a leader adjusts the sails. The sales for this program on Indian knowledge system were adjusted by a person who is not only a great motivation to all of us, but a visionary and the person who gave us the belief to bring together this event. He is none other than the head of the Department of Commerce, Professor Ajay Kumar Singh. May I take the pleasure of requesting Sir to please speak about the program.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shikha Makkarji, for inviting me again to speak in the valedictory session. As you all know that we have introduced a course in our UGCF known as Indian Knowledge System, which is part of the elective courses. And it is the responsibility of the department to make sure that the teachers are trained for teaching any new paper which is introduced or course which is introduced. So I thank IILL and Shriram College of Commerce, the Honorable Principal, Professor Simrat Kaur Madam, who has conducted a session also right from the very beginning, inaugural and everywhere. Whenever we request for anything, she's always there. So big round of applause for her and the entire team from Shriram College of Commerce for making this happen and with complete dedication and commitment. The joint director of IILL is here. I can see her, but the director साहब लगता है आज भी busy है, आज भी नहीं आया.
Today admission committee meeting is going on, so he is in DSW role, so he is chairing that meeting.
हाँ 3 बजे मुझे भी बोला था join करने के लिए, but I was here in this. Yes. So there are multiple roles which the director of IILL, several hats he is wearing. So he is not here today for this. He is DSW, Dean of CIU also, Department of Education, Faculty of Education. So thank you IILL and the entire team of IILL for giving us the platform, and it will be available for people who even could not attend this. And that is one of the reasons why we opted for IILL, that it should be available, and we intend to convert it into MOOCs in the future so that it becomes more user friendly in the future for anyone who wants to attend this.
Yeah.
We intend to have series of such FDPs along with IILL, like I mentioned to you earlier also, that next one in line is on the financial literacy.
Yes, sir.
After
And
that
there is robotics.
Robotics, automation.
Yes, sir. It's our pleasure, sir.
And we will keep on giving you more and more.
We would love to do it, sir. IILL is meant for this only.
Thank you very much for enabling us to be partners with you and making it happen. अब आज मेरा बोलने का ज़्यादा समय नहीं है, सुदर्शन जी भाई साहब आए हुए, उनको सुनने का समय हम सबका. So thank you very much, Sudarshan ji, for accepting our request and to enlighten our delegates on this. So it's a mission that we are into, Sudarshan ji, for enlightening our minds who are supposed to teach the young minds about Indian knowledge system and bringing back the glory and the status of Vishwaguru that India enjoyed once upon a time. And now also in terms of yoga, when we celebrate International Day of Yoga, IDY, the world recognizes that India is a Vishwaguru. During COVID-19, we have found that India has led the world. So in different streams, we have been leading the world as Vishwaguru. Now even for launching the satellites and all, India has become a hub. The entire world is looking at India to come here for launching their satellites from here. So there are several domains where India is leading the world as a Vishwaguru. And this is one such attempt in the University of Delhi to lead this particular initiative. So I thank all of you in the valedictory session, all the participants also who will be the torch bearers of taking it forward in their classrooms in front of the students and making a new league, a new generation, which is having the wisdom of the past and the technology of the future, both embedded as the holistic personality. सर्वगुण संपन्न और सर्वांगीण विकास दोनों एक साथ होगा, उसके लिए ही ये सब प्रयास हो रहे हैं. Thank you very much for inviting me for this.
Thank you so much, sir. In the same spirit, Professor Simrit Kaur, principal of SRCC, has collaborated and worked tirelessly to bring together this event. I request ma'am to please share the way forward for such an event. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I think I would only once again like to acknowledge the partnership that we had with the Department of Commerce. Professor Singh, it was a true pleasure, as always, to be working with you in collaboration and taking forward this particular program. A sincere thanks and a gratitude to the Institute of Lifelong Learning, Professor Jyoti ma'am. It has been a delight, and we do hope that in the future there are more programs wherein we could collaborate and disseminate knowledge, which is our primary role as educators. And as Shriram College of Commerce, a leading institution for commerce and economics knowledge, we ensure all our participation and in taking forward and assisting any faculty whosoever would like to improve their knowledge sets. As an administrator, I would only like to say that under this particular program, which was trying to take forward the Indian knowledge systems as a GE program which has come up, something which is very well said in the Maha Upanishad is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The day we all start thinking of our earth as one family and one future, most of the problems of the present day are automatically going to be resolved. Somehow, why we are unable to do so is because of काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, अहंकार. ये इतना हमारे अंदर समा जाता है कि हम भूल ही जाते हैं कि ये पूरा का पूरा एक परिवार है. Egos are taller than ourselves. Our desire to accumulate wealth totally takes over the happiness, and I appreciate the kind of questions which had come up. So I think just getting again connected with the deep roots of ours, it's all there in the Vedas, Upanishads. We need to reconnect. And some of the best management lessons are also originating from the Mahabharata and Ramayana. We have lost all base with them, and very few people are taking it forward. It is indeed a matter of great pride that the University of Delhi has introduced this course under the new education policy. And I'm very sure getting reconnected with the Indian knowledge systems is the right way to take forward the overall sustainable development of the economy of the globe in an inclusive manner. We need to work towards several dimensions, and yes, peace within, if it is not attained, no other development can be sustainable. So thank you so much for this session. And I would only mention Dr. Deepika and Dr. Shikha have been very kind in saying that we have been working tirelessly. I take this opportunity to inform all of you that the compliments go to Dr. Shikha and Dr. Deepika for having worked tirelessly in collaboration with so many others for making this program attain this valedictory level. Thank you once again, and we ensure everybody, Shriram College of Commerce and University of Delhi will always remain available to assist any education system. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot for your constant motivation and cooperation with all of us. Thank you so much. The fragrance of flowers spread only in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all directions. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to have Sri Sudarshan Ji as the honorable chief guest of the valedictory session with all of us. Sri Sudarshan Kumar Ji is an eminent scholar, orator, and motivational speaker. He has been a very meritorious student since his childhood and has been the CBSE topper in class 12th. He is an alumnus of Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani, one of the most prestigious technical institutions. Sir is a selfless person, not only in his words, but also by his deeds. At the age of 21, he left a very reputed job and became a parivrajak and worked as a Sangh Pracharak in Rajasthan and Delhi for approximately 9 years. During that period, he worked as a personal secretary to the then Sarvagya Puja Shraddhi Ji and got the opportunity to travel the entire Bharat twice. He has worked as Joint General Manager at Delhi Metro Rail Corporation and presently working as Chief Engineer at NDMC, New Delhi. He has the record of writing the complete Hanuman Chalisa on the grains of a rice, which was appreciated by Guinness Book of World Records. We welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Please unmute yourself, sir.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। इस आनंदशाला में, हम वेबिनार को आनंदशाला कहते हैं क्योंकि ये आनंद देने के लिए है। तो इस आनंदशाला में उपस्थित माननीय अपने SRCC कॉलेज की प्राचार्य महोदया, मेरे मित्र अजय जी, ILLL के डायरेक्टर महोदया एवं अन्य सभी, मेरे लिए तो सब गुरुजन हैं, तो गुरु परिवार के सभी माननीय सदस्य, सभी के श्री चरणों में प्रणाम करता हुआ मैं अपनी बात प्रारंभ करूंगा एक श्लोक से। हम सब ने पिछले 6 दिन में एक साधना की है, तपस्या की। ऐसी ही तपस्या हमारे ऋषि किया करते थे, और उस समय जो एक श्लोक पूरे विश्व में प्रचलित था वह था, एतद् देश प्रसूतस्य सकाशाद अग्र जन्मनः स्वम स्वम चरित्रम शिक्षेरन् पृथिव्याम सर्वमानवः। पृथ्वी के सभी लोग अपने अपने चरित्र की शिक्षा पाने के लिए भारत के जो अग्र जन्मना ऋषि थे उनके श्री चरणों में आकर करके और अपने अपने चरित्र की शिक्षा पाते थे। ऐसा मेरा भारत था। मैं अभी थोड़ी देर पहले देख रहा था, बहुत सारे मित्र यहाँ पर कॉमर्स के हैं। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं कि मेरे पास में 10⁵53 के लिए वर्ड था। अब 10⁵53 के लिए वर्ड होने का मतलब है मेरे पास में इतना था, तब तो वर्ड आएगा ना। और आज भी जब मैं देख रहा था तो इकाई, दहाई, सैकड़ा, हजार, 10,000, लाख, 10 लाख, करोड़, 10 करोड़, अरब, 10 अरब, नील, 10 नील, पद्म, महापद्म, शंख, 10 शंख, उसके बाद में अंत्या, महाअंत्या, मध्या, महामध्या, पारद, महापारद, घून, महागुण, अक्षोहिणी, महाअक्षोहिणी, यानी 10⁻28। 10⁻28 के लिए मेरे पास में आज भी वर्ड है, आज भी वर्ड है। पूरे संसार की आप संपत्ति जोड़ देंगे तो शायद वो 10⁻20 तक भी नहीं पहुंचेगी, यदि हम पूरे संसार की संपत्ति जोड़ देंगे। यानी जिस समय मेरा भारत गौरव के स्थान पे था, उस समय मेरे भारत में 10⁻53 के लिए शब्द था। कालांतर में बहुत सारी चीजें हुई और उन सारी चीजों के कारण से बहुत सारी बातें होती चली गई। उस बारे में आज संकल्प लेने का दिन है। हम सब ने तपस्या की है पिछले, और भारत, एक बात हम सब के बीच में कॉमन है जिसको हम सब स्वीकार करेंगे। जैसा अभी दीदी का भी मैं जो थोड़ा मैंने सुना, उसमें उनके मन की भी एक पीड़ा है कि हम भारत को फिर से विश्व गुरु की ओर लेकर के जाएंगे। यह हम सबके बीच में कॉमन है। ये कॉमन था तभी तो हम, इसमें भी थोड़ा सा एक करेक्शन आप सबके सामने बड़ी विनती से करूंगा कि आगे से जब हम इस सेशन को करेंगे तो हम भारतीय नॉलेज सिस्टम कहेंगे, इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम नहीं। क्योंकि इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम करते ही मेरे मस्तिष्क में गुलामी की बात आएगी ही आएगी, ये तय है।
भाई साहब, एक बात मैं आपके सामने रख दूं, अगर आप इजाजत दे तो। हमने जो सिलेबस बनाया है उसमें हिंदी में लिखा है भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा और अंग्रेजी में लिखा है इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, ताकि दोनों तरह के लोग समझ लें।
अच्छा ठीक है, तो हम अंग्रेजी में भी इसको भारतीय नॉलेज सिस्टम कर देंगे। तो क्योंकि भारत का जो उत्थान है ना, वो किसके साथ जुड़ा हुआ है? हम कल्पना करें तो भारत का उत्थान भारत के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है। कौन सा भारत विश्व का मार्गदर्शन कर पाएगा? जब हम इसके बारे में सोचेंगे तो भारत की मूल से जुड़ा हुआ भारत, वह भारत का मार्गदर्शन कर पाएगा। और इसलिए प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो 15 अगस्त का राष्ट्र का उद्बोधन था, उस उद्बोधन में उन्होंने जो एक बात कही कि हम कौन से भारत को बनाने चाह रहे हैं, उन बातों का जो पंचतत्व उन्होंने दिए, वो पंचतत्व बड़े महत्व के हैं। और मैं जो बात कर रहा था कि हम सबके बीच में एक तड़प कॉमन है, हम भारत को विश्व गुरु देखना चाहते हैं, ये हम सबके बीच में है। लेकिन भारत को विश्व गुरु देखना चाहते हैं तो फिर करना क्या पड़ेगा? करना क्या पड़ेगा? तो उसका पहला सत्र है जो हमने पिछले 6 दिन में किया। उस 6 दिन में किए हुए को धारण करके हमें आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा। और इसलिए आज मैं इस सत्र को समापन सत्र नहीं मानता, ये प्रारंभ का सत्र है, ये संकल्प लेने का सत्र है, और उस संकल्प को लेकर के समाज को तैयार करने का सत्र है। हमारे मध्य में एक बार विचार आया कि भारत में गुरुकुल परंपरा को फिर से पुनर्जीवित किया जाए, और आज हमने ऐसे गुरुकुल खड़े कर दिए। आप सबको जानकर के बड़ा हर्ष होगा कि उन गुरुकुल में हम बच्चे के सामान्य ज्ञान को बढ़ाने की पूरी प्रक्रिया चलाते हैं, और केवल मात्र जब उनके बोर्ड के एग्जाम आते हैं तो केवल मात्र 2-3 महीने की पढ़ाई वो बोर्ड के उसके हिसाब से करते हैं। और आज उस गुरुकुल के, उन गुरुकुलों के बच्चे बोर्ड में 3 महीने की पढ़ाई करने के पश्चात भी 95%, 98%, 100% नंबर लेकर के आते हैं। बहुत अच्छे अच्छे परिवारों के बच्चे उन गुरुकुल्स में अपने बच्चों को भेजने के लिए तत्पर रहते हैं, हमसे संपर्क करते हैं कि हम अपने बच्चे को गुरुकुल में भेजना चाहते हैं। तो जब इस गुरुकुल परंपरा को हम जीवित करने के लिए चले तो हमें पता चला पूरे भारत में 10,000 गुरुकुल चलते हैं। ये कोई छोटी मोटी बात नहीं है, यानी परंपराओं को जीवित रखा जाता है। तो जब भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा की बात चलेगी तो फिर हम सबको ये तय करना पड़ेगा। आज लगभग 62 मुझे स्क्रीन पे दिखाई दे रहा है कि हम 62-65 की संख्या में यहां पर उपस्थित हैं। यदि हम सब ने भी धारण कर लिया, जैसे दीदी ने उच्चारण किया, गुरु ब्रह्मा दो खड़े काके लागू पाए, बलिहारी गुरु आपने जिन गोविंद दियो मिलाए। अब इसमें गुरु के लिए एक बड़ी छोटी सी शर्त भी रखी हुई है। हम कई बार बड़े सहज भाव से इस श्लोक को कहते हैं। वो शर्त क्या है? गुरु और ब्रह्मा, गुरु और विष्णु, कहीं पर विष्णु हम उच्चारण करते हैं, कहीं ब्रह्मा उच्चारण करते हैं। गुरु ब्रह्मा दो खड़े काके लागू पाए, यानी गुरु भी खड़े हैं और भगवान भी खड़े हैं। किसके पैर पड़ना, किसके चरण स्पर्श करना? अब यहां पर चरण स्पर्श परंपरा की जीत आती है कि भारत में चरण स्पर्श करना यह बहुत बड़ी बात होती थी। तो फिर उसमें उन्होंने अगली पंक्ति में बताया, बलिहारी गुरु आपने जिन गोविंद दियो मिलाए, यानी भारत के गुरु में गोविंद से मिलाने का सामर्थ्य था। वह गोविंद से मिलाने जानता था, और उस गुरु को मैं भगवान से पहले प्रणाम करता हूं। ये कंडीशन प्रेसिडेंट उसमें लगाई। भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा रियलाइजेशन की परंपरा है। भगिनी निवेदिता ने लिखा कि फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट यानी क्या? फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर भगिनी निवेदिता के विचार हैं। हम सबको संभव हो तो पढ़ना चाहिए उसको। भगिनी निवेदिता ने लिखा कि जितना भी बाहर का सिस्टम है, वह सिस्टम व्यक्ति को एक घड़े के रूप में मानता है और उस घड़े में इंफॉर्मेशन डालने का प्रयास करता है। भारत की ज्ञान परंपरा क्या है? भारत की ज्ञान परंपरा अंदर से जो ज्ञान उत्पन्न होता है, आंखें बंद करके जो मनुष्य देखता है और उसमें से फिर जो आविष्कार करता है, जैसे आज हमारी फैकल्टीज हैं, ऐसे ऋषियों की फैकल्टी हुआ करती थी। मतलब ऋषियों को अलग अलग चीजों पर शोध करने के लिए कहा जाता था, तप करने के लिए कहा जाता था। उनकी फैकल्टीज होती थी कि तुम विमान शास्त्र पे काम करोगे, तुम मनुष्य के प्राणी शास्त्र पे काम करोगे, तुम प्राण विद्या पे काम करोगे। ये ऋषियों की ऐसे अलग अलग कैटेगरी होती थी। और आप सबको जान के गर्व होगा कि हर ऋषि के पास विमान होता था, अपना विमान होता था हर ऋषि के पास। हमारे जो गुरुकुल होते थे उनके बारे में जो लिखा गया है शास्त्रों में, उन गुरुकुलों के बारे में जब हम पढ़ेंगे तो उन गुरुकुलों के बारे में लिखता है, दीज आर ऑल हाईली साइंटिफिक ओरिएंटेड वर्कशॉप्स। ये वो लिखता है, इंस्टीट्यूशंस उसने वर्ड यूज किया है कि जो हमारे गुरुकुल हैं वो बहुत हाईली साइंटिफिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं। ऐसे गुरुकुल के बारे में लिखा। तो जब हम प्रारंभ करेंगे, जब हम शुरुआत करेंगे, तब हमको ध्यान में आएगा कि अभी और क्या क्या करना है, और क्या क्या करना है। और उसमें से हमारे स्वयं का दायित्व क्या, स्वयं का दायित्व क्या, उसका हम सबको बोध होगा। मैं उस दायित्व के बारे में एक दो उदाहरण रखता हूं, किस प्रकार से इतिहास बनाया जाता है। क्योंकि आज हम अमृत काल में बैठे हैं और आज अमृत काल के संकल्प लेने का दिन है। यदि मैं भारत को विश्वगुरु देखना चाहता हूं तो ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि मैंने आंखें बंद करी और जब मैंने आंखें खोली तो भारत विश्वगुरु बन गया। नो, ये संभव नहीं है। हम में से प्रत्येक को अपना अपना दायित्व पहचान करके एफर्ट करना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए एफर्ट करना पड़ेगा। एफर्ट कैसे होता है, यहां पर सभी सुधीजन हैं, इसलिए अत्यंत विनम्रता पूर्वक इस उदाहरण को रख रहा हूं। मैं मेरे भारत का, ये कल्पना जब आती है तो व्यक्ति क्या क्या कर जाता है। एक सामान्य स्त्री है, धाय है, धाय यानी दाई का काम करती है। राज परिवार में एक पुत्र का जन्म हुआ, उसी समय इनके भी एक पुत्र का जन्म हुआ। दोनों बराबर आयु के हैं, खेलते खालते बड़े हो रहे हैं। लेकिन जो राज परिवार का पुत्र है, राजकुमार है, उनकी माता का स्वर्गवास हो गया। तो इन दोनों बच्चों को पालने की जिम्मेदारी उस धाय पर आ गई। राज परिवार में षड्यंत्र हुआ और उस षड्यंत्र में उस राज परिवार का एक दूसरा रिश्तेदार वह राजगद्दी पर बैठ गया। आगे चल करके ये राजकुमार राजा ना बन जाए, इसलिए वह व्यक्ति इस राजकुमार को मारने का प्रयास करता है। और प्रयास करके नंगी तलवार लेकर के वह महल में पहुंच करके उस बालक को मारने के लिए जा रहा है। पन्ना धाय क्योंकि उस बालक को पाल रही थी, उस धाय का नाम है पन्ना। हम सब ने कहानी सुनी होगी, लेकिन उस कहानी को मैं दूसरे कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आप सबके सामने रख रहा हूं ताकि हम सब उस पर विचार करके अपने अपने दायित्व का चयन करें। जैसे ही पन्ना धाय को पता चला कि बनवीर तलवार लेकर के आ रहा है, तो पन्ना धाय का स्वयं का बालक वहां पर सो रहा है। पन्ना धाय का जो राजकुमार का पालन कर रही थी वो वहां पर सो रहा है। पन्ना धाय के सामने विकल्प था कि वह राजकुमार को मारने देती तो क्या बिगड़ जाएगा, सारी भारत की सेवा करने का ठेका मैंने थोड़ी लिया है, ऐसा वो सोच सकती थी। लेकिन भारत के लिए उस बालक का बचना जरूरी था, उस राजकुमार का बचना जरूरी था। इसलिए भारत की नारी की आप शक्ति देखिए कि उसने तुरंत निर्णय लिया, जो राजकुमार था उस राजकुमार को उठा करके अपनी एक विश्वस्त गुप्तचरी सैनिक को दिया और वह सैनिक उस राजकुमार को लेकर के भाग गए और उस राजकुमार की जगह उसने अपना पुत्र लेटा दिया। आप कल्पना करें, इस दृश्य को एक बार अपनी आंखों के सामने लेकर के आए। भारत, हम जो आज स्वतंत्र वातावरण में श्वास ले रहे हैं, ऐसा ही नहीं ले रहे, बहुत बड़ी बड़ी कीमत हम सब ने इसके लिए चुकाई है। वह आता है बनवीर और तलवार से उस बालक की गर्दन को अलग कर देता है शरीर से। उस मां की विडंबना देखिए कि वह मां अपने आंसू भी नहीं बहा सकती, उफ भी नहीं कर सकती, नहीं तो उस बनवीर को कहीं डाउट ना हो जाए और अपने सामने वह अपने सुपुत्र को इस संसार से जाते हुए देखती है। अब यदि पन्नाधाय अपना बलिदान नहीं करती तो आप सबको जान करके गर्व होगा कि पन्नाधाय ने जिस बच्चे को बचाया था उस बच्चे का नाम था उदय सिंह और उनके सुपुत्र का नाम था महाराणा प्रताप। इस देश की मातृशक्ति ने भारत के उत्थान की कल्पना करके, भारत के उत्थान के सपने सजा करके, भारत की स्वतंत्रता को सामने रख करके, भारत के उत्कर्ष को सामने रख करके अपने स्वयं के खून का बलिदान करा, तब भारत को महाराणा प्रताप मिलता है। इसलिए जो हम संकल्प ले रहे हैं, क्योंकि परिस्थितियां भी बदली नहीं है, परिस्थितियां भी बदली नहीं है, हम सब इतना प्रयास कर रहे हैं। अजय जी भाई सब जानते हैं, आप सब भी जानते हैं कि अभी हमने राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति को हम लेकर के आए हैं, जिस राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के बारे में आज विश्व रिसर्च कर रहा है। 2 देशों के प्रतिनिधियों से तो मेरे मित्र मिल चुके। इंग्लैंड का एक व्यक्ति आता है हमारे यहां पर और वह हमारी एनईपी को मांगता है कि आपकी राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति दीजिए। हमने इसकी बहुत चर्चा सुनी है और ये बहुत अच्छी शिक्षा नीति भारत में आई है। हम इस शिक्षा नीति के आधार पे इंग्लैंड की शिक्षा नीति बनाना चाहते हैं। सोच सकते हैं आप, जिस इंग्लैंड ने हमको बर्बाद करने के लिए प्रयास किया, उस इंग्लैंड का व्यक्ति आज हमारी राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति को मांग रहा है। अब यह भी संभव है, पता चला वो उसको स्टडी करके और कुछ करना चाहता हो, यह भी संभव है, क्योंकि अंग्रेज और अंग्रेजियत ये बड़ी खतरनाक चीजें हैं, बहुत खतरनाक चीजें हैं। उसका जो पूरा का पूरा जो उनका जो ब्लड है वो है पूरा का पूरा वर्चस्व स्थापित करने वाला ब्लड है, बहुत विस्तारवादी वो है उनका। लेकिन वो हमारे यहां पर आता है, आकर के उस राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति पर लेक्चर लेता है। इसलिए जो राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति का जब इंप्लीमेंटेशन करने की बात हम सब सोचते हैं तो हम सबको पता है किन किन परिस्थितियों से हमको गुजरना पड़ता है। और इसलिए मैं आप सबको तो साधुवाद देता हूं, धन्यवाद देता हूं कि आप सबने उस शिक्षा नीति के आधार पर देश को आगे बढ़ाने का सोचा है और दिल्ली सबका मार्गदर्शन करता है। लेकिन अभी बहुत सारे आयाम इस दृष्टि से हम सबको प्राप्त करने हैं, आगे चल करके बहुत सारे आयाम प्राप्त करने हैं। फिर से हमें अपना जो मूल है, हमारा जो विचार है ना, ये कोई मतलब सत्य सनातन है, लेकिन चिर पुरातन भी है और नूतन भी है, नूतन भी है। हमारे यहाँ पर हमेशा कहा गया नईति नईति नईति, नेति नेति कहा गया कि इससे भी आगे सोचिए, इससे भी आगे सोचिए, इससे भी आगे सोचिए। और जहां से भी कोई अच्छे विचार हमारे पास में आए, उन विचारों को भी हमने ग्रहण किया। यहां तक ग्रहण किया कि यदि चारवाक ने कहा, एकदम जो मॉडर्न क्रेडिट पॉलिसी चलती है, उन्होंने कहा यावत जीवेत सुखम जीवेत ऋणम कृत्वा घृतम पिबेत। ये उन्होंने कहा कि जब तक जियो मजे में जियो, उधार ले लेके घी पियो। अब क्रेडिट कार्ड क्या है? क्रेडिट कार्ड एक तरह से चारवाक के सिद्धांत का मूर्त रूप है कि जब तक जियो आनंद से जियो, उधार ले लेके घी पियो। उसको भी हमने ऋषि माना, उस विचार का भी हमने सम्मान किया। इसलिए भिन्न भिन्न विचारों को हम भारत में स्वागत करते हैं। उन विचारों में से विश्व का मार्गदर्शन करने की दृष्टि से, जैसे यहां पर बात आई थी वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की, हम विश्व को कुटुंब मानते हैं, बस विश्व को कुटुंब मानते हैं। लेकिन जब हम विश्व को कुटुंब मानते हैं तो ये एक बार हमें सामने वाले को देखना पड़ेगा कि क्या वो कुटुंब मानता है। क्या मैं मानता हूं, मेरा विचार है, मैं इतना व्यापक हूं, मैं किसी को भी अपने गले लगा सकता हूं। पर वहां पर एक सावधानी हम सबको लेनी पड़ेगी कि उस वसुधैव कुटुंबकम के विचार को हम, शक्ति होंगी हमारे पास में। इसलिए हमारे जो प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं, उनकी जो पूरी की पूरी प्रणाली यदि आप देखेंगे तो वह शक्ति संचय की प्रणाली है। जिस समय मैं रॉकेट छोड़ता हूं, उस समय मैं केवल रॉकेट नहीं छोड़ रहा होता, उस समय मैं भारत के ज्ञान की साख के साथ साथ धाक भी जमा रहा होता। अभी तक क्या था, भारत के ज्ञान परंपरा की साख तो है। आज भी जापान में यदि आप जाएंगे तो जापान में कहावत है कि कोई भी भारतीय है वह झूठ नहीं बोलता। ये कहावत है वहां की। अब वहां उन्होंने भारतीय शब्द उपयोग नहीं किया, दूसरा शब्द मैं यहां रखना नहीं चाहता, उन्होंने हिंदू शब्द कहा है। उनके यहाँ ये कहावत है कि वो कभी भी झूठ नहीं बोलते, ये कहावत है। तो भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा की साख है। आज भी नासा का जहां पर हाईएस्ट लेवल का रिसर्च सेंटर है, उसके बाहर हमारे नटराज की मूर्ति रखी हुई है। वहां पर नित्य प्रति वेदों के श्लोक बोले जाते हैं, नित्य प्रति बोले जाते हैं। ये हमारे विचार की साख है। लेकिन धाक है क्या? वह धाक आज बनने का समय आया है, आज बनने का समय आया है। और इसलिए इस पूरी जो आपका जो मंथन चला, उस मंथन को साधुवाद करते हुए मैं एक बात आप सबसे दोहराना चाहूंगा, हम अपने मन में दोहराएं। किसी भी देश का जो उत्थान और पतन होता है वह उस देश के गुरुओं पर निर्भर करता है। उस गुरुत्व को हम सब धारण करें, क्योंकि शिक्षक की में से सृष्टि निर्माण होती है। आप चाणक्य को देखिए, उन्होंने कर दिया, एक शिक्षक ने तय किया था। आज भी हमारा शिक्षक स्वाध्याय चल रहा था, लगभग 50 शिक्षक उस शिक्षक स्वाध्याय में थे रामानुजम कॉलेज में। तो वहां पर सारा जो वर्णन आ रहा था शिक्षक के बारे में कि शिक्षक क्या होता है, शिक्षक क्या दे सकता है। तो शिक्षक ही भारत का निर्माण करेगा, क्योंकि मैं और आप सब शिक्षकों के पास तो रहे हैं। माता प्रथम गुरु आचार्य देवो भव, शिक्षक बदलते रहे होंगे, वो अलग विषय है। लेकिन पहले मेरे जन्म से लेकर के और 21-22 वर्ष की, या जब तक मैं वहां उस पूरी परंपरा से बाहर नहीं निकला, मैं हमेशा शिक्षक के पास ही रहा हूं। इसलिए अंत में मैं एक ही श्लोक आप सबके बीच में रखना चाहूंगा। उस श्लोक को हम सब अपने मन में दोहराएं और एक संकल्प लें। वह श्लोक है, वयमेव करिष्यामः मातृभूमे सुमंगलम प्रतिष्ठाम धर्म भूमिश्च नेष्यामः परमोन्नतिम। हम ही अपनी मातृभूमि का सुमंगल करेंगे, कोई अड़ोसी पड़ोसी नहीं करेगा, हम ही करेंगे। हम भारत के नागरिक करेंगे, हम भारत के गुरु करेंगे, हम ही अपनी मातृभूमि का सुमंगल करेंगे। और अपनी जो यह धर्म भूमि है, जो वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का स्वप्न रख सकती है, सजा सकती है, और वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की ओर पूरे विश्व को ले जा सकती है, उस धर्म भूमि की प्रतिष्ठा को परमोन्नति यानी परम वैभव पर लेकर के जाएंगे। ऐसा हम सब संकल्प करें। उसके लिए हम सब तप करेंगे, शोध करेंगे, नई नई ऊंचाइयों को छुएंगे। ऐसा भगवान हम सबको शक्ति दे, बुद्धि दे, ज्ञान दे। ऐसी एक विनम्र विनती करते हुए मैं अपने कुछ शब्द यहाँ पूरे करता हूं। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देते हुए।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your kind presence and your inspirational words. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, sir. As sir has also pointed out, the end of a story is the new beginning for many others. On this note, we conclude a remarkable, memorable, and knowledgeable valedictory session with a formal vote of thanks by Professor Jyoti Sharma, the official director at the Institute of Lifelong Learning.
Thank you, Dr. Deepika. Roman philosopher Serosi once said, and I quote, "Gratitude is only the greatest of virtues, but the parents of all the others." Taking this spirit forward, it is my honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks to all those who helped make this event a huge success. I would like to start by extending a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest for the event, Professor Arun Divakar Nath Bajpai, Vice Chancellor Atal Bihari Vajpayee University, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. I would also like to thank our eminent scholar and motivational speaker for today, Shri Sudarshan Kumar, for the valedictory address. and an exceptional resource group, which includes Professor Ajay himself, Professor Simrat Kaur, Professor B. Mahadevan, Dr. Vinayak Rajat Bhatt, and Dr. Venkata Raghavan for enriching us with their expertise and wisdom. On behalf of the Institute of Lifelong Learning, I would also like to thank our organizing partners, Madam Principal, Professor Simrat Kaur, for under whose guidance the program was administered very smoothly. My sincere thanks to Professor Ajay Kumar, Head and Dean, Department of Commerce, University of Delhi, for anchoring the program starting from the conceptualization to the final culmination stage, sir. So it happened only because of you. So my thanks is due to Professor Pankaj Arora, Director, Institute of Lifelong Learning, who could not join us due to other commitments in the university, but kept us motivated throughout the program. My thanks is due to Professor Yukti Sharma, who is Academic Secretary at IIIL, who was always there as a team with her constant support. My sincere thanks to my young colleagues, Dr. Shikha and Dr. Deepika from SRCC for their tireless, dedicated work to make this program a very fruitful and wholesome. I express my appreciation to all our enthusiastic participants, our colleagues from various colleges and departments whose enthusiasm and curiosity shaped the essence and intent of this program. Last but not the least, I express my gratefulness to the technical team and office staff of IIIL, Teteji, Mr. Ravi, Mr. Pankaj, Ms. Kaberi, and Om Prakashji for smoothly handling the entire technical operation. The program has highlighted the need to become aware of our traditional culture and values in a way which is organic, scientific, and bound by national values of highest regard. What we need now is the extensive research work and public awareness on the same to help our students realize its true essence, not just at national level, but also at the global platform. With this spirit in mind, I once again thank all of you for gracing the event with your esteemed presence. Namaskar. So with this, we may end this program. Congratulations to all the past participants for successfully completing the 6-day event. As Sudarshanji has just mentioned, it is not the end of the program. It is a new beginning, because we really want that each one of you should now disseminate this wonderful information and knowledge you have learned here to your students who are going to be brand ambassador of Bharatiya knowledge system to the world. So am I right, Sudarshanji?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jyoti ji. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Sudarshanji bhai sab. Namaste to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
सभी को सादर प्रणाम.